Like, subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos from PHN Learn. For more videos, download our app from the Play Store. Hello guys, so in this session we are going to learn how to create a table. Now in previous lecture we have seen how to create a database, right? With using the workbench as well as your command line. So now we will see, now that we have created a database, now we will start with creation of your table. That's the basic requirement of your database, datas, right? Now here, the first of all, right now in this session we are going to learn the creation of tables using your command line only. And in the next consecutive next line, in the next session we are going to learn it using your workbench. Okay, but after this creation of table, I won't be using command line for everything. I will only show you the things with your workbench only. But yes, if at all there are certain new keywords you want to use and there are some variations you have to show over there, then yes, we will definitely use command line. There I will definitely show how to do the manipulation using your command line also. Because sometimes do happen that the keywords used in command line and workbench are different. Because in this command line, what is happening, everything is manually. You have to give the keywords over there, whereas in workbench everything is there automatic. Once you have clicked the apply button, it is applied. So everything is automatic over there, right? So at some point, if it is necessary, then definitely I will show you. Right now we will see the creation of table using your command line first. Okay, so first of all, let's open my SQL command line over here. Now I will just zoom this. Okay, now here, now that I have entered the password, let's enter my password. See, so first of all, I will see whether which are their databases created over there, and if I don't have any database already created, then I have to create the database first, and in that database only I can store the tables, right? So first let's see how many databases are there. So databases, show databases, so these many databases are there. So I will use student. I will use this database of student, and there I will specify tables. Okay. So now here, now that I have student database, I have seen, yes, in my database system I have student. Now I want to use it. I want to select that database. So for selecting the database, I have told you which keyword we use keyword, right? So here use which database name. So that is student. See, database changed. Right now here what will be my syntax? Create table and then table name, I will write information and then bracket, round bracket, opening bracket, enter. See, the moment I am entering here, it is giving me an arrow. It is not giving me the SQL, my SQL over there, right? So now create table information means what? I have created this information table in the student database like this. Student is my database, information is my table which is being created inside the student database, right? Now that I have created the table, now I want certain attributes over there. In database management system, your columns is your attributes and your rows is your tuples. Okay, so attributes, I want to add certain attributes, right? I want to name those attributes first of all, right? So why I have given the bracket over there? Because now I will add the columns, I will add the attributes over here first. Then and then only I can say yes, my table is being successfully created fully. Okay, so now here first of all I will add id int not null, auto increment, comma. See, concentrate over here because it is new for you. Now here what I have done, id int not null. ID is what? It is the name of the attribute, first attribute or ID. Int is what? The data type. And the size of int is what? 4 byte, and that's the reason we cannot write the brackets, means int and then bracket. I don't want to write because int, the size of int is basically predefined. You cannot enter the size of int, okay? So there won't be any bracket over after int. So first of all, there is attribute name, then there is data type of that attribute, and now while creation of your table, there are two parameters, that is null and not null. Not null, from the name you can suggest, is what? In the when you are filling certain forms like your admission form or any forms. So in Google form also there are asterisk marks, red asterisk marks. That says what? Those forms says me that yes, this place, this parameter, this attribute is mandatory. I cannot skip this attribute, and if at all you are skipping it, then you won't be able to submit your form, right? Similarly, in database also, if you want to make certain attributes compulsory irrespective of the user, then you need to have to specify not null over there. Means by hook or crook, you cannot skip this particular attribute. You need to fill the information of for that attribute. Then and then only you can proceed. Okay, so for that, if you want certain attributes to have such mandatory restrictions, then you need to have not null for that. Okay, so therefore I want my ID to have such restrictions. It should not get null value, right? It should not be void over there. Therefore we have used not null keyword over there. Okay, and after that I have used auto increment. Why I have used auto increment, I will tell you in the lastly. Okay, so before that I will, now that we have created one attribute, one column name, I have name. Now I will start with the second column name, and let's say that is my name. And now name is what? Name is nothing but your string. Now for string, which data type we use, which keywords we use? Varchar or char. So here I will use varchar, and inside varchar, this I have to specify the size over here. Why? Because string can be of multiple words. The name can be of 10 letters, the name can be of 100 letters also if the person need. Then here I have to specify the size over there, right? So I want the size is 45 only. And then here also I will specify not null. Means what? I want the user to give its name to me in the database basically, right? Now my second attribute now according to this is what? Name. Now after this I will add age, and this is my int and not null. See, now what I have given, third attribute is my age, the data type is int, and I want it to be not null, means I want it to be filled by the user. Okay, so now after this I am going to use primary key and then here ID. Query OK, 0 rows affected. Means what? My now table is successfully being created. Right, now in the last line what I have done, primary key ID, what is it? In the previous lecture, I have showed you what are keys, right? Primary key, foreign key, candidate key, super key. These are the types of key. While studying primary key, I told you that primary key cannot be null. It is auto incremented, it is unique, and it can be only one in one table. These were the features of your primary key. Now, ID is what? There also I have taken example of ID only. ID is what? ID is nothing but a unique number for a particular student, right? Let's say take ID as roll number. For every student the roll number is different, or if you take the registration number, for every student the registration number is different, right? And the moment the student comes for admission, the registration number gets incremented, right? So therefore I want the ID to be a primary key, because all the features of primary key I want to get applied to my ID attribute means I want it to be not null. First of all, I want it to get auto incremented the moment I'm specifying the data over there. The moment I'm adding the data over there, I want it to get incremented automatically. So therefore I have specified ID as primary key, and also I want it to be unique. In the complete whole table I want it to be unique. Therefore I have specified it as a primary key. So the syntax is like, first of all I have specified that auto increment. I told you, I will told in the last line what is auto increment. Because I want to specify it primary key, therefore that's the reason I have specified it as a auto increment. Okay, and after that, therefore primary key in bracket, what is the attribute, what is the name of the attribute which is primary key? ID. So I have passed in the bracket ID. Last but not the least, after comma, there I haven't given any comma. In the last line I have closed the brackets. If at all you are working with your workbench also, the syntax is one and the same. Opening bracket, and once all the attributes is filled, closing bracket and the semicolon. Therefore it is showing me rows are being affected. Now I want to see if at all there I have created this table of information, right? So I want to see if whether the information table is being created or not. Then how will I see? Like this, show tables. See, it is giving me a clear view. Where is the table? In which database? In student database. What is the name of the table? Information. Right? Means tables in student is information one table. It is showing me information is one table which is there in my student's database. Right? But now you want to see the attributes in your table. What are the attributes and what you have added? Means we have added how many attributes? 1, 2, 3. 3 attributes I have added, that is ID, age and name. Okay, so all this information which I have given over there, I want to check whether yes, age is not null or not, or while creation there was some error, age is not showing me the not null restriction over there. Right, I want to check it. Then how will I check? Here I will write this. Okay, here. See, I won't be writing describe table, that was my mistake. Here I have written describe and the table name only, means describe information table. So see, here it is definitely showing me everything, means ID is int, null means it is giving a no, means what? It is being not null parameter over there, and then by default by default if you don't have it, then it will be null, and then after auto increment, and then these are the only situations which we have given. While creation, these are the fields, right? We have given, and these are the types, data types and everything. It is showing. Mean here all the description, if you want to see your table, which attributes are there, what are the data types of the attributes, then in command line you have to use keyword of describe table name, like this. If you want to show the table, if you want to see the table, if at all it is being created or not, then you have to see show over there, that is show table. The moment you type show tables over there, all the tables which are there in particular sections of their databases, it will be showed to you. So this is how you can create your table. These are the parameters you have to follow while creation of your table in MySQL. So this was all about your how you can create your table but using your command line. In the next lecture, we will see the same thing but using your workbench.
For more videos, download our app from the Play Store.